So moving on to Central, which, as I've said, is a database of reports of clinical trials. There are over 600,000 reports of RCTs and other controlled trials in Central at the moment. For those of you who've been around long enough to know, when Cochrane started in 1992, there were 20,000 reports of trials, indexed as trials in Medline. So we've come a hugely long way since 1992. Of those 600,000 records, and I have to say, of course, not all of those 600,000 have been published since 1992. This is as a result of going back over the years through the databases, through the journals, and trying to pull together all that material. So of these 600,000 reports of RCTs, about 350,000 come from Medline. We download all the records from Medline that are indexed as randomized controlled trial in the publication type or controlled clinical trial in the publication type. We have an additional 90,000 reports of trials from Searching Embase. This is with the permission of and under contract between Elsevier and the Cochrane collaboration. And what we do is we search Embase. We have a sort of search strategy that we use to search Embase, and we just trawl through the retrieval. We hand search, if you like, the Embase records. We find out which ones are reports of trials, and we put those as the full Embase record with the title, the abstract, and the entry terms into Central. And then, on top of the Medline and Embase records, we've got about 160,000 reports of trials that have been found within the Cochrane collaboration by hand-searching journals, by going through conference abstracts and other sources. So that's in essence what Central is. I think you'll realise that Central is unique. It has been described as the best single source of reports of randomised controlled trials, and I think that's probably very true. So what's new about Central? In October 2009, a company called Metaxas were awarded the contract to build a new Cochrane Register of Studies, and this will be the internal mechanism which will then feed into Central. So this will be the mechanism that will be used within the Cochrane collaboration for us to bring together all the reports of trials that we find by hand searching and so on, and through other sources. And then that will be, if you like, the behind the scenes activity, and then you will still see Central published within the Cochrane Library. That won't change. But because the Cochrane Register of Studies will be designed to be both study-based and reference-based, at the moment it's reference-based, so it's all citations. But obviously those citations are to reports of are to individual clinical trials, to actual studies. We hope that this will improve the functionality of Central. Metaxas is headed up by Gordon Dooley, who was the technical director within Update Software. So for those of you whose memories go back far enough to remember when the Cochrane Library was published by Update Software, it's the technical side of the Update Software partnership that has now been contracted to do this. So they have a very, very good track record of knowing exactly what Central is all about. It was, in fact, Update Software who conceived of the idea of Central. It was their baby, and they put it together for a number of years. So it's great to have Metaxas on board with that.